Bop back to Jake. Shout out to Jake. What on, Jake? YouTube. You see what the going on? Back with another reaction with Hendrix. And today we reacting to Ksoo's dad sentenced to freedom in exchange for Ksoo's life. Boy, crazy. He crazy. He did that. So I know he ready, but damn, they just let him go after testifying. Told him so bad. Bop back to Jake. Shout out to Jake. What on, Jake?
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Jacksonville drill rapper Ksoo's dad being sentenced to essentially nothing after testifying against his own son and getting him a life sentence. Now, as everybody already knows, this is Ksoo and his father, and the two of them have been wrapped up into an insane case because Ksoo sought revenge for his brother, who's also his other son. And Ksoo got revenge by blowing dude's face off with an AR pistol. And then when they called Ksoo's dad to come pick them up to get away from the scene because they got chased by the police, crashed, Ksoo ran, the other two co-defendants hid in the house and held a lady hostage and changed her husband's clothes. When they called Ksoo's dad to come pick them up, Ksoo went and did it and became an accessory to a first-degree murder case.
Now, boom, I'm gonna stop that right there because I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, now that he break it down like that, now that Jake break it down like that, it's like, I wonder if his dad knew beforehand that they was gonna go on this mission, or he just called his dad and then his dad just pulled up and he like, yo, dad, I just caught a hack. Get me out this joint. Or did he call his dad on the phone like, yo, dad, I just caught a hack. Could you pull up? Like, you feel me? I just, whew. But even then, I'm not telling on my son. I'm coming to get you, baby boy. I'm not telling, boy. You crazy. We in this together, baby boy.
Now, Ksoo's dad didn't want anything to do with prison, so he did this.
On January 15, 2020, prior to the murder of Charles McCormick, were you aware of what was going to happen to him that day?
No.
Did you participate in any of the planning of the murder of Charles McCormick?
No.
Were you present when Charles McCormick was murdered?
No.
Did you know that was going to happen before?
Okay, look, he did this just answered my question. He's sitting there like, no. On the tip, like, yeah, I ain't tell this nut ass young boy to go do that. He my son and all that, but man, F him. I ain't telling him to go do that. He on his own. Let shit, wrap me up, give me my little tick and let me roll. I done been up and through this before, because I'm hearing, I'm pretty sure I seen a couple reports before saying that he was in the streets before Ksoo. Like, I think he got booked for shootings and all that before. So it's like, he like, man, I'm fed up with this. I'm not doing this. He probably already told before on top of that. You feel me? Like, the way he just easily just giving it up. No, did he? He did this before. He probably had to go through the whole process and do all this, but man.
Before it happened.
No.
When did you find out Charles McCormick was going to be murdered? Or, excuse me, when did you find out Charles McCormick had been murdered?
After I picked up Scott and Butter.
So that'll be Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner?
Yes.
Scotty is Ksoo's cousin, so Big Blue here is keeping it in the family. He's telling all the fucking family members.
You indicated you picked them up. How did you know that they needed a ride on January 15, 2020?
My son called me and asked me to go get Scott a ride.
Which son?
Kareem.
Is that Abdul Jr.?
Yes.
Now, sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I have a number of reasons.
What are they?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter.
Bro, what? You got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old? How old is he?
And you know, when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm gonna come take her to the daddy-daughter dance.
Objection, hearsay, relevance.
I made this clear in the video that I made covering this entire situation. If you, speaking of Ksoo's dad, were a respectable man and took on the responsibility of being a father to Ksoo, you wouldn't have to testify against him later in life because you want to be a father to these other kids you got. If y'all don't know, Blue was in the streets and apparently told way back in the 90s, but he was the influence to Ksoo.
See, I didn't know.
He was the introduction to Ksoo's life in the streets. And then
I didn't even know that, but I never looked into OA because I'm like, man, he's not right. He probably never was right when he was in the streets. Like, that's probably why he left the streets. A nigga like me, I left the streets because I always been smart. And I always knew, like, I couldn't reach the levels I wanted to reach. I had kingpin aspirations. I never wanted to be a tough guy, shooter, you feel me, and be spinning blocks. Like, of course, that comes with it because you got to protect what you doing out there and you got to be, you feel me? But, man, I never, like, man, I'm on this YouTube, tech, Twitch, and touring the world. Ain't like me, I never been to Dorney Park, Six Flags, none of that. I'm out.
shit hits the fan, he wants to testify on his own son to save his own ass so he can go be a good parent. Yeah, I'm not going for it, but it is what it is, right?
I ain't going for it. No.
I would say it's like,
that's that karma. You told that first time, you thought that was it. Nah, your son wouldn't
But
call
she
that.
asks me over each year when I'm gonna come take her there.
Long run.
And I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm gonna come to his football games,
Yes, he did.
come take him fishing. The 6-year-old, he asked me, do when I'm gonna come see him, when he begged me, please come see me, daddy. He wanna teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. You know, things like that. My health issues.
What health issues do you have?
I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm on high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
I mean, all that sounds good, but your son stood over somebody and knocked their fucking face off with an AI pistol, so it's like, I want to get out of this situation because, I got diabetes and this and that and da-da-da-da-da, but, like, come on, bro. Y'all fucking family punishing shit, and then we're supposed to feel bad that your blood sugar's fucked up.
Has becoming a witness in this case negatively impacted your relationship with your entire family?
Duh.
I really don't have no more relationship
that
with
was
my family
him.
besides one person.
So a part of your family completely cut you out.
Yeah.
When people know that you're cooperating, does that make it easier or harder for you when you're incarcerated?
Well, it make it harder for me.
Man, these people in these court systems and the whole court system, the way it's set up, is like it's no benefits for you telling, bro. This guy in my comments really tried to tell me that I would have told if I was 6'9", bro. It's never like, no way. I would never do that to my family. Especially on that level. I didn't harm nobody. If 6'9", would have never told 6'9", we probably got like a little 7.5 to 15, possibly like a 5 to 12 or some goofy, something corny like that. Shotty only got 15 years max. You feel me? He be home in 15 years. He gonna walk that right down and come home and 6'9" gonna still be a thorough nut. And he gonna be sturdy.
What about when you get out?
Extremely harder.
Is cooperating in this case something that is easy for you to do?
No, this is the most hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life.
So he claims this is the hardest decision he's ever had to make in his life. And, he might not be wrong in that. It's either do basically the rest of his life in prison for something his son did, or put his son away for the rest of his son's life so he can have freedom. I'm gonna play the clip of Ksoo being sentenced, and then we're gonna get into what Ksoo's dad was sentenced to, just for comparison, and then I'll double back and give my own personal thoughts on this situation.
First, today we now know a local rapper and his cousin will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Hakeem Robinson, also known as Ksoo, along with Leroy Whitaker Jr., were sentenced today in the death of Charles McCormick Jr. Our Haja Ba is joining us live outside the Duval County Courthouse this evening. And Haja, tell us more about what happened inside the courtroom.
Yeah, guys, I was in the courtroom today when Robinson and Whitaker found out they'll be spending the rest of their lives behind bars without parole. Now, both men declined to speak as the judge announced their sentences.
His life was taken unjustly, and the ripple effect of the act that has forever changed his family, friends, and community. But it brings some kind of relief knowing that this individual will no longer have the power to take another life.
Is there anything you wish to say? Okay. By unanimous verdict, and at this time, this court will then adjudicate you guilty of that offense and sentence you to the only lawful sentence that this court can impose, and that is mandatory life in prison without the eligibility for parole.
Jacksonville rapper Hakeem.
According to the things that he locked up for, he was out here going crazy. You out here going crazy like that?
Yeah, just so y'all know, in the state of Florida, there is no parole. So when you go to prison with a sentence like that, it's done. You gotta die or appeal it. But there's no parole. Same thing.
That's another thing. I hear that when you get locked up down south, it's different. Cause like, I don't know if y'all checked out my story time part 2, where I broke down how the 13th Amendment basically say slavery is abolished until you're incarcerated. So basically, like, I hear that when you go down south, like, it's 10 times max. Like, they take the advantage of that 13th Amendment to the 3rd degree, from what I hear. In Louisiana, Florida, Texas, like, when you go to jail out there, like, you in a damn, my chat popping. Hold on. Say no. What's up? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. I got another channel too. That's AI Bernie in the chat right there. He's working for me. Shout out to you. Look at that, Charmaine. Shout out to you, Charmaine. I'm gonna sub to you. But yeah, I hear down south when you go to prison, like, it's different. You basically really a slave. You really on, like, you picking cotton damn near from what I hear. I don't know, because I've never been down south and locked up down there, but I've been down south, but I've never been locked up down there. But yeah, let's get back to 1090. Shout out to you, Charmaine. Love.
Thing is, if you get out, because in Florida you have to serve 85% of your sentence, so you can get gain time and be early release technically. But when you get out, you're not on parole either. You're just out. You're free. They give you $50 and a bus pass to wherever the fuck you want to go, and that's it. But there's no getting out of this unless you appeal it and beat it. And keep in mind, Ksoo is still fighting another murder case. So yeah, just to think about it.
Hakeem Robinson, also known as Ksoo, and his cousin Leroy Whitaker Jr. were sentenced Wednesday to life in prison without parole for the 2020 killing of 23-year-old Charles McCormick Jr. According to the police, McCormick...
I remember when the young boy Scotty first got locked up, he was little as hell. He's stressed out, just in there eating and sleeping. Big as hell now.
McCormick was shot on January 15, 2020 at Dames Point Plaza in Arlington. An off-duty officer witnessed the shooting and said the gunman stood over McCormick and fired a rifle before fleeing in a Nissan Altima. The officer pursued the car until it crashed. 3 people ran from the scene. Robinson and Whitaker were later arrested and charged with first-degree murder. A jury...
So you've been in prison before, you slept for 2 weeks? What you get locked up for, Charmaine? Hold on, Charmaine, what you get locked up for?
jury unanimously found Robinson guilty for first-degree murder on July 31st of this year. Family members of McCormick were in the courtroom, sharing their grief and sending a message to the community.
We pray that this moment causes reflection, not only for those being sentenced, but for anyone listening. One reckless moment, one decision can destroy many lives, including your own. As a community, we must take a stand against music and messages that glorify real violence and the loss of innocent lives.
You here now, so I know you.
I'm gonna just say this shit just to keep it a buck. Lil Buck got killed.
I know you was innocent. I love true crime too, though, Charmaine. That's why I'm like, man, I can do my reactions live. This is what I do on a normal. You feel me? I just probably be talking to myself sometimes, or if I'm with somebody, we be talking about it. But for the most part, I can sit here and do this all night.
For dropping a diss song, right? So a lot of people are mad that Ksoo, you know, he had an album cover with a bunch of dead people on it. Ksoo dissed the dead. Lil Buck got hit for dissing the dead. So it ain't like he's a fucking angel in this situation. Let's just keep that shit 1000. That's why he got hit. But in breaking news, father of Jacksonville rapper Ksoo sentenced to time served for a role in Charles McCormick's murder. If y'all don't know what time served is, that means he's free. He doesn't have to serve any time. No jail, no prison, nothing. He's done.
That's wild.
The father of Jacksonville rapper Ksoo was sentenced to time served on Friday for his role in the 2020 murder of Charles Lil Buck McCormick Jr., marking an end to a case in which 2 others received life sentences. Abdul Robinson Sr. pleaded guilty to helping his nephew Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Butter Barner escape after the murder. As part of the plea deal, prosecutors called for him to testify against his son Ksoo, real name Hakeem Robinson, during his murder trial. Robinson Sr. was sentenced to 1,898 days in jail. The judge's assistant confirmed with First Coast News that the 54-year-old will be released from police custody Friday. However, the judge sentenced Robinson Sr. to 2 years of community control with electronic monitoring, followed by 3 years of probation with special conditions. So what that means is that 1,000 and something days they sentenced him to, that's how many days he's been in jail.
Simple.
They gave him time served. We're going to sentence you to exactly how much time you've already done. That way it eliminates it. It takes itself out. Community control in the state of Florida is the strictest probation you can be on. It is so easy to fuck up. If you're allowed outside your crib, you have to write down everywhere you go. He's going to be on a GPS monitor. You got to get permission for everything. This is like getting released by the feds. Community control is not an easy thing to do, right? But it is if you're claiming to be the...
What? Nah.
From the Twitch to the tube, hopefully we'll see you all soon.